shot from Jeff Gordon and his win at Pocono. Obviously, that's what put him in the position to be a wild card contender heading into this race. And Jeff Gordon isn't exactly bad at Richmond. 2 wins, and his short track career, 15 short track wins. It's not so bad. And joining us now in the ESPN Pit Studio is Jeff Gordon. Thank you so much for joining us. The highs and the lows of this season, obviously the highs being the rain win in Pocono. What has surprised you the most about all that has gone on for you and your team this year?
I think, you can get off to a slow start and have some issues throughout the year, especially at the beginning. But, eventually, especially if you're running good like we have this year, you start to put those finishes together and get consistent and work your way up into the top 10 in points. So the biggest surprise to me is that we were never able to do that. We had good enough cars, good enough race team. We made our mistakes along the way, but just little things here and there that became big things to keep us from getting the results to get up in the top 10.
The big thing this week is you talking about not moving Denny Hamlin out of the way last week. Obviously, you got out of the car and said, I regret it. Do you still feel as strongly about that decision as you did then?
Well, it's easy to regret it after you see the results. I had a good run. I think I could have gotten 2 as well for here. Would have been a better option. All night long, that move right there worked very well for me. And now looking back at, Denny, he got in there pretty deep, got off the yellow line, which is what I was hoping, I'd get him to do. But the car was just a little bit too tight right there, and I carried a little bit too much speed in there. So looking with hindsight, it's easy to say, I should have went in there and got on his bumper, and tried to move him up a little bit.
Well, I tell you, I know you know how to do it. You've been doing it to me a lot.
Well, it's a little easier to do it at Bristol. and Rusty made it easier on me that night.
Get between them.
I was going to say, I'm sure you've done it to him as well,
I couldn't catch him.
My favorite thing about TV is that they never go back to show what happened prior to that.
Well, hey, I was sitting there. I talked to you at MIS in Michigan. I walked around. I looked in your car. You're sitting there with a little television up there and all this computers and stuff. And I saw you sitting there, and I saw you really calm and really kind of collected. Then I look over at Mark Martin. I see Mark Martin come in. He jumps out of his car. He's all wound up. He's working hard in his car. He goes out and grabs the pole. And you struggled that day. And it really made me go, man, maybe that's just the way Jeff always done it. Can I ask Ray about that? And I roughed you up a little bit with some comments and all that.
Not you, Rusty.
Yeah. Well, then
I never expect that out.
Then the very next week you come back all jacked up. Me and Ray went down to see. You wouldn't even look at us. And then you go out there and finish 3rd, and then you go to Atlanta and finish 2nd. And I picked you to make a wild card tonight.
Thank you.
So what's turned you around? I mean, something lit you up in the last 3 or 4 weeks, in my opinion.
Yeah. Things have changed over the years now with digital radios during practice and the laptops that we have, so I can take all my notes and it actually transfers it right to the team. It saves time for me to be in the car and not get out of the car to get more laps on the track to make more efficient changes. So I have changed that, based on like what Ray and I used to do, where we would talk face to face, get out of the car, take more time to do it. Plus the way the practice schedules work throughout the weekend used to be different. You'd have that morning practice and then wait till the nationwide race is over, then have that race, the practice at the end of the day when the rubber's on the track, and you had more time to kind of get one-on-one. And these days things are happening at a fast pace. But no, I mean, our race team has been rock solid this year. They've given me some of the best race cars that I've gotten throughout my career. But we just haven't been able to turn them into the results that we're capable of. This last 2 weeks, believe it or not, I mean, last week I thought we got a little bit more out of it than we actually, I think, could have. We were about a 2nd place car there at the end, but we're really about a 4th or 5th place car. Got a shot to win. At Bristol, we had the car to win. We had the car that could win that race, and I was as disappointed with 3rd at that race as I was with 2nd last week.
Brad, I know you've been on him, but he's looking pretty good right now.
He's strong. He's running that well.
Listen, I want you guys to call it like it is. If you see something happening, call it out.
I thought you were watching too much TV personally.
My question would be, though, do you think Alan Gustafson, is he the guy that can lead your team? I mean, is he the guy that can put you in position to compete for a championship? Is he a strong enough personality as a crew chief to have a guy like Jeff Gordon and take him down that right?
Well, if you really want to know what has changed over these last few weeks, it's Alan. Alan, I think he recognized that he wasn't being himself and being true to this team from being strong-minded and putting his fist down. And I'm telling you, we've had some meetings in these last few weeks prior to the race that have sent chills up my spine because I was afraid of him. I mean, he was that
Really?
mad
Yeah.
and that angry and that determined. And I've always believed this guy is just one of the best crew chiefs out there. I mean, he's so good with the engineering side of it. You know, he understands it so well. He's such a great guy, great motivator, and really, you know, confident in what he does, calling the races as well as the setups on the car. So from that standpoint, I really love working with him. And so Mr. H, he got on us both. And you know what, we both came together and said, we're not going to go down like this, not without a fight.
Right.
You know, every great athlete steps up when it's time, and I've seen you do it dozens of times. I mean, we used to call you the money man when it was on the, you'd step up. You know, that intangible in this sport, and that intangible, I've known you for a long time. I saw the look in your eyes after the Atlanta deal. I saw that look in your eye yesterday. That guy, is that guy here tonight?
He is. You know, these last few weeks have definitely built my confidence up. You know, yesterday was a great day for us. I mean, I thought we had an awesome practice. I thought qualifying went well. Even though we didn't get the pole, still front row start, which is where we want to be, a good pit stall. And I feel like our car was really, really good. This rain's going to change things a little bit. Not so sure how we're going to be in the first 25, 30 laps of this race. But I'm very determined that we're going to be a big factor in this race when it comes down to the end.
Jeff, best of luck to you.
Thank
Start
you.
second, and as a reminder, here's how it will work. This
Yeah,
is how
yeah.
you can make the chase.
I want you to say it twice,
If
please.
Stewart remains in the top 10, a second win for Jeff would give him the second wild card spot. But he can still make the wild card on points if he becomes the highest driver in points with just one win. And it is close between you and Kyle Busch. Jeff, thank you so much.
How about we just win and make it easy?
That would be very easy for all of us.
Yeah, thank you.
Jeff
Brad will be
Gordon,
wearing a
thank you.
t-shirt next week.
I'll wear a
Jeff Gordon t-shirt
next week.
I'm bringing it myself.
Coming up next from Richmond, we'll talk to a few other drivers who are also involved in the wild card.